everyone, here is another video. This time I'm starting with Google Earth. I could only wish this was City Skylines. So this is the Google Earth image of Busan in Korea, which the map is modelled on. So just to give you an idea of how dense this city is, and it's virtually impossible at the moment to create this sort of density and certainly this kind of scale with City Skylines, and that's no problem. You know, it's a game, it has its limitations, but I really would like to see buildings like this. It's not a very clear picture actually, but buildings like this with green roofs and blue roofs, and the ability to put them this closely together in Skylines. You're not going to create this vastness in Skylines, not yet, but you know, I would really like to see this kind of density, the ability for this kind of density in the game. It's not yet the case because I can't find the right types of buildings. But anyway, in this city you can see how you've got this suburban spread, the suburban spread, and then you've got all of these which look like newer housing projects that came in later on. I mean, as the population increased, I would guess. So this is the Busan real city. So now I'm going to take you to the game, and I'm afraid it pales a little bit in comparison, but it's the best I can do at the moment with what's available. I could make it more realistic if the buildings were available. Obviously the scale is different. So this gap here in the real life city is probably 5-6 times wider. So you're not going to get the scale. But I can create as tight a scale as I can given the width of the roads that are available, and scaling down the buildings, as I said in my other video, to 1x2, 1x3, 2x2 size building types. So just to explain quickly what I've done over the last couple of days, I have expanded this whole area here, and I've also expanded up into the hills with this suburban area, and I've filled in a little bit around here and any other odd little gaps, and some gaps I don't bother filling. I'll leave them as small parks. They can default as a park. So that's what it's looking like at the moment. I want to keep it mixed. I want to keep it quite dense, and I want to see if I can just keep pushing out, keep expanding out in all these areas here. I've added quite a lot of, I've started to put in apartment blocks on the hillsides here, which is kind of what I wouldn't normally do, but that is what they do in Busan. They put these kind of high-rise blocks right on the edges of hills, so they're overlooking the city. And I'm trying to put roads snugly around the edges of these hills. So what I do is I go into the topography contour map, and I just take a little look at where the contours are, and I try to shape some of the roads around the contours. It's a pity you can't actually build in this view, but there you go. So I'm going to keep going and see where it takes me. I would really like to be able to double the size of this by stretching all the way up and around these outlying areas, but we'll just have to see. And I haven't decided yet how I'm going to connect the freeways here, or whether I'm going to put a freeway tunnel underneath these hills and connect up this one, or if I'm going to have room for an airport or anything like that. One thing I definitely plan on doing is upgrading the port area, putting more industry, probably putting in a industrial freight rail terminal here with some associated buildings, or down here. and upgrade the infrastructure basically in that way. So I'll probably leave the CBD as it is, because I think that's about right, roughly. Might let a few buildings level up to 5 or to top level, to see what they come up with. My apartment, level 5 apartment, finally grew, which is this one here. So I'm going to probably look at making some specific apartment zones with that building, using that particular building. So yeah, it's looking okay. I'm quite happy with the density and the kind of mixture of buildings. I'm still looking for, you know, any other buildings which will improve. I mean, the only problem as well in regards to the real city is the roof colours. I mean, I'm fussy, but I don't like seeing all the roofs, you know, grey or white. I want to see roofs like this. See this green roof building here? This is a Korean asset, which I really like. But there aren't too many like that. You know, it's not like that I want to cover the whole city with green roofs, but I want to be able to put green roof areas and blue roof areas just to mix it up. So if we go back to Google Earth, I mean, for instance, down here we've got blue roofs, some red roofs, some green roofs. I think it looks pretty good. What else have we got? You know, let's say here we've got some apartments with green roofs, and we've got some houses with blue roofs. Oh, jeez. Phone. Blasted phone call. Right, where was I? So I was talking about these green roofs. See, it just really makes the city more of an artwork. It mixes it up, it gives it more flavour, it gives you the ability to change the appearance. I mean, here we have apartment blocks with blue roofs. So modders out there, please make more green, blue, red roof, you know, different colour buildings. Like these, you know, industrial buildings with orangey roofs. I would love to make use of all that stuff. I mean, these types of buildings. See, blue roofed industrial type buildings, whatever that is, I don't know, manufacturing or distribution. This is what I want to see. I want to see all these different types of long buildings, thin buildings, odd shapes. Yeah, there's almost unlimited scope for what you could do in the game if you've got the buildings available and you've got the creativity to use them. I can look at these cities on Google Earth for hours. I often do. So anyway, this is what we've got. You know, City Skylines continues to evolve, and I'm sure lots of these buildings will eventually come along. I did try and find some Korean houses just to see what I could what I could find, and unfortunately, and it's not that they're bad, okay, these are them, but they don't really, they're not quite suitable for an entire suburb. I think these ones are quite good, and maybe these are okay, but it wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I sort of want more buildings like maybe just variations on 2x1, different colour roofs, different shapes. Like, I really like these thin houses here, these 1x2s, but I need different roofs and I need different styles and things like that. I should start modding myself, but that's just an area I haven't really gone into. I just build. I don't even make maps most of the time. Alright, that's enough. That's a 8, 9, nearly 10-minute video. So